which will be launching pretty soon on November the 2nd, is the Black Series Edition .com. Anyway, so in a lot of our demonstrations, we're doing a ton of demonstrations on the products. And one of the things we've been expressing about a lot about the screen's amazing ambient light projection technology, the ability to be able to pull up amazing colors without calibrating, ultra short throw compatible, which is extremely important. We use the screen outside also too. And on top of that, projectors, because the first thing that comes up when I'm talking to customers is, how much money do I have to spend the money for a projector? And the last thing I'm going to do is spend all this money for a projector. I have to spend a lot of money for a screen. So the projector, they feel it's going to affect their color, it's going to affect contrast, it's going to affect all that. And at the end of the day, a good screen should be able to give you everything you need from your projector without it costing you anything more or having to do anything else to it. Like, you know, darken your environment, change out the outlook of your home or wherever you're living at, or basically just cost you more money for contrast and all the other things that requires for you to have. I see a lot of projectors out there when we do our YouTube search, a lot of ultra short throws. I told you about the ultra short throw. A projector is literally sitting right on top of a screen. And the fact that that projector is still sitting in a dark environment, basically it just shows you at the end of the day that it has plenty of lumens. There's lots of lumens. It just, the screen has a problem picking up that contrast and color. And the last thing you want to do is, you know, try to watch a movie when the colors aren't exactly what they should be. You know, one of the things I'm going to tell you something real quick. When I go to the movies, when I go to movies and I watch, I see a difference. I see a difference in color. I see a difference in contrast. I'm used to seeing something different. Where somebody who has a whiter gray screen will go to a movie and they'll see a better image. If you're literally seeing a better image off your screen paint product at a movie theater, then there's a problem there right there. I would always go there and like, yeah, contrast is faded, colors so and so. Like, it's kind of hard for me to sit down and enjoy and watch a movie when I know the colors should be, contrast level should be much darker than that. So let's show you. Let's go over here. We got our Optima $3,400 projector, 600 by 800, 720p res projector. This projector doesn't even have an HDMI port on the back. I've using a converter. For those of you talking about, well, don't use converters because converters will actually mess up the signal. No, they will not. I had used tons of converters before. So let's have some fun here on the screen. Oh, by the way, let's show you the environment, which is very important because we don't see this enough in demonstrations. All the demonstrations I watch, they never show the full environment. There's always something blocking something. So you can see we got the screen pushed all the way up to the top so it can be hit with all that light. And there's my projector sitting over here. I had to put it on top of the sofa because it's bringing it far back. About 11 feet back on that one. And let's begin. I like these demonstrations because you can see the rest of the screen is a solid black, matching my furniture. I've seen demonstrations where people will try to make claim that the screen is black, and then I'll be looking at objects in the environment like it doesn't match any of the black furniture, no speakers, nothing. It's coming up gray. Now, first thing customer's going to have to do, if you buy a gray or white screen, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to buy a projector that's going to make up for what that gray or white screen can't do. Contrast will definitely be one of them because you will not see a contrast level to save your soul. You're not picking up in any way whatsoever. I don't care what you buy, what caliber of contrast you have, you can't pick up a 100% black level. You're literally picking up shades of gray. Now, if a screen is a real contrast, 100% screen with real ambient light projection technology attached to it, you can show a contrast level off in a fully lit environment, and that screen will remain black. But if you try to do this on a gray or white screen, they come up gray. They don't pick up black. Because the only way they can maintain a somewhat decent level, they have to be in the dark to do that. Now compare my $34 projector we're using this time. This is cheaper than a $60 ultra short though, $34 projector Optima, to some of the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 projectors that are being used in demonstrations now, and they're not even sitting in the same environment that I'm sitting in right now.
Power up your productions with the larger
That
than life
just shows you right there.
Shure SM7B. This
Let's
first
go over
all-broadcast mic is
to,
legendary for its ability to flatter and isolate the human.
Go pick up something else in here. Now people say, well, I don't want to do a 600 by 800 res projector because the image is not going to be that sharp. It's not going to be that vivid. This is black technology. It means that screen is designed to give you detail that you will not be able to get off a projector with a 2 million to 1 even if it's hitting a gray screen. We can do it at 600 by 800 res. Because with the screen being black, you can pull detail, which is extremely important. I think I'm gonna get myself a wheel for the workshop, and we're just gonna put different names of projectors on it and what price we can pay for them, and just spin the wheel. Whatever pops up is what we buy, and just throw it against the screen. So that's pretty much how I shop for projectors. Doesn't make a difference if it has an HDMI port, don't care, because I got adapters for those. Not gonna lose any signal. I ain't worried about contrast because my screen's black, so don't have to worry about that. Calibrating? Nah, I ain't gotta worry about that either. Screen's gonna pull color, proper color at the end of the day. Does it have enough lumens? Really don't care at the end of the day. We use 1,000 lumens on these screens, they'll still fire up. And that doesn't make a difference either. Resolution? Nah, don't care about that either. We got 600 by 800 in the room over there, 600 by 800 over here. Doesn't make a difference. So everything else is pretty much out the window. Does it matter if it's 4K, 1080p, or 720p? Well, we got 720p's that look like 1080p's, and we got 1080p's and 720p's that look like 4K's. Got those demonstrations to back it up. So that doesn't make a difference either. So shopping for a projector is easy. Well, my projector has built-in apps. So I just bought a Fire Stick or Apple TV or Amazon TV or one of them. Doesn't make a difference. Do the same thing on a projector that literally is not designed to have an app in it. I can just hook a Fire Stick up to it to do the exact same thing. See how beautiful the colors pop? No calibrating ever required. Never. Yeah. Oh, my battery pack just died on me. We're good. Sorry about that. We got our phone on the charge. And here we are, we got people sitting up there. I'm not talking about one individual, I'm talking about everyone we've seen so far. In dark environments with ultra short throw 3,000 lumen projectors, and you can't pick up in a fully lit environment. It's because the screen's having the issue. There's nothing wrong with the projector. P2 works perfectly fine. It's the screen that's messed up. As I told you before, when you buy a projector, you only get half of it. You do not get the whole projector. If that's the case, you can just hit a white wall and pick up 100% contrast levels and beautiful colors and all that stuff without the screen washing out. There'd be no need to go buy a projector. If a projector could give you everything that the screen can give you, that it's going to need it, you wouldn't have to buy a screen, not ever. You can just hit the wall and get the same reaction, but you can't. That's why you need the screen, to give you what the projector is designed to show it. You're trying to show you an image the way it's supposed to be shown, but you can't see it because the screen won't allow you to see it. You got your Fire Stick, got your computer, got your Apple TV, whatever you're streaming off. That projector is doing exactly what it's designed to do. The problem is your screen can't see it. It's blind. And that's why a lot of you are sitting in the dark with washed out images and colors are not coming up correctly. You're going to forum sites and you're told you got to calibrate. You're told you got to spend more money for darker screens to pick up better contrast, blah, 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 blah. And I'm talking about gunmetal technology, but I mean that expensive darker screens. Let's go take a walk around, okay? It's one of the things I love to do. Got my cat toys right at the bottom. You see this? Oopsie. That's me bumping into one of my screens. I can pick up at a 190-degree viewing angle in a fully lit environment. Now, if this technology can pull off the ceiling, with the ceiling light right directly in the middle, then up here it's easy as cakewalk. See how it stays nice and bright all the way up, all the way down. Sharp, edge to edge. Now we do this because, like I said, I want to show you that that screen is pulling up sharp, edge to edge. It's like that projector is cutting a hole right into the screen.
This is a real B&H customer story. Steph Mangus came to B&H to take her photography to the next level.
Now, usually most of the screens we bump into are going to be white screens, and that's what we're going to be bumping into. I bump into white screens now. If people contact us, they'll go out and they'll buy themselves a white screen. They'll look at the video or whatever, not video, but pictures that you'll see on the Amazon. I'll show you they Photoshop the images in to make it look like you're really going to get that image at the end of the day. Wow, that looks amazing. I'm actually going to pick that up. And they go out and they buy their projector. Has amazing contrast capability in all the colors. Because I have this projector, it's going to basically give me that image that I saw in that photo, because that projector has all that capability. That's the biggest letdown you're going to have in your entire life right there. You're going to read through all those specifications over and over again. You're going to really believe at the end of the day that that projector is going to give you those millions of colors, billions of colors. It's going to be able to give you that contrast. You're going to pick up that 100% black level. That thing's going to do all the work for you. It's not going to do nothing for you. Without that screen, your projector's useless. You're going to pick up a washed out, get home and get that reality call. Screen's going to come up washed out, turn the lights out. I got 3,000 lumens. This is not supposed to happen. My projector's sitting right up against this. It's ultra sure throw. How come I'm not getting the same image that I'm seeing in the promo demonstrations? Because in the promo demonstrations, they can afford a expensive screen that will have that capability. Unless you got an extra $3,000, $4,000 laying around, you'll be able to do the promo demonstration. And if you don't have that same projector in the promo demonstration, you're definitely not getting that same image, because if they're using a $50,000, $20,000, $10,000 dollar projector in there, you're not going to be able to get the same image as the promo demonstration. That's just not going to work. This is why I don't use expensive projectors in my demonstrations, because it's misleading to the customers. And people used to get mad and upset with our 720p demonstrations and say, hey, look, you know, you guys got to use 4K, you got to use 4K, you got to use 4K. I bought a 4K projector. I've had it already. I've been there and done it. When we had technology matching the 4K, it was like, what's the point of basically buying 4K ever again? And I haven't bought one since. But as I said before, the customer has to be able to relate to what projector is being used in the demonstration. If they're using a $50,000 projector, then guess what you're going to have to use to get that same image. You're not going to get that same image on this one or any of these projectors on that gray or white screen. You're going to have to go out and spend the $50,000 or higher. If you're using a $3,300 ultra short throw projector in your demonstrations, you know what I'm talking about, then guess what you're going to have to buy? That projector. And he actually proved it when he displayed the Epson 955WH. Didn't look the same way, did it? Neither one of the demonstrations, it didn't look the same, because that projector is going to show it differently. If you could go out and produce the same image as that projector, then why spend the money for that projector when you can just buy something much cheaper and do the exact same thing, right? Okay then. This is why we don't use expensive projectors, because the customer can come and they go, I can relate to that machine. It's $34, it's $200, it's $140, $150. Highest projector we have in here is $500. That's the one over there, the Chrissy. That's it. This is the biggest mistake people make. And I made it myself. I know, because I made the mistake myself. When I got my projector, my first projector, I thought it was going to do all the stuff. I read through all the specifications and everything, and I swore it was going to do all the things that that projector was going to do. There's millions of colors and the contrast level. It's going to pick up all of this. When I hit that white wall, that was my wake-up call right there. It looks like crap. Came out 2 Sony monitors, gaming monitors at that, on my PC, with a Tesla 24 gig graphic card to a white wall and a projector. It was a depressing day. And expensive monitors I gave away. They were 42s, duals. So I was very upset. And realized that everything I read in that projector, it did have the capability of doing it. The problem is that the screen didn't have the ability to show me what the projector could do. So when you see an ultra short throw sitting in a dark environment, it's not because it doesn't have enough lumens. It has plenty of lumens. It could be 900 lumens and has enough. It's sitting on a screen. The problem is that when you turn the lights on, the contrast and color washes out. That's the problem. That's why they sit in the dark. And the ones you see in the promo demonstrations, well, they're using certified screens. Gunmetal technology. I saw one person with the Optima P2 and a way better lit environment than the rest of them. He had $3,000 dark Star 9 sitting against his wall. That's why. He can use that. He can use that in here. And be able to maintain his contrast levels, colors, all that. It's cost you $3,000. Now, with this projector right here, 600 by 800, 720p SVGA, most people would look at this projector and look past it. They wouldn't even buy it. Because they figure it just wouldn't cut it. It's not going to have enough power to give me what I want. Sad thing about it is that projector can do the job. The only problem is the white screen can't see it. That's why the black technology can pick it up and show you what that projector is designed to do, and the white screen can't even register it. Oh, I'd love to go back to some of these companies and go, hey, look, check out your projector from freaking 2012. Look what we did to it. Like, that's our machine. Yeah, that's your machine. So that's why people pass over 720p projector. Oh, they don't have enough power. They're not good enough. They can't produce the image. Oh, the image is... I love the projection technology, but it's so far behind. It's not even funny. It's the same demonstration, same gray screen, same white screen, same sort of screen, same dark environment. It's a shame. It really is. And same story over and over and over again. You gotta calibrate. You have to be in ambient controlled environments. You have to spend all this money for these overpriced expensive projectors. You have to spend money for an expensive screen. You have to have a certain special screen to run ultra short throw. That's messed up. That's why I said, when I was checking out the demonstrations, I'm not going to mention the fellow, but you know what I'm talking about, the YouTuber that contacted us. When I saw that demonstration, I was like, no. We don't do those kind of demonstrations. That's a demonstration we've seen done over and over again. It's the same type of demonstration they keep doing by saying that you have to be in this environment, you have to use this particular projector, you have to calibrate. Same nonsense. poor demonstration. A vehicle driving up and down the street. What kind of demonstration is that at the end of the day? You should be showing color patterns. You should be showing white levels. You should be showing contrast levels. And I mean real contrast, real dark contrast levels. And when I seen that projector come on and hit the side of that box and everything blended, and I was like, we're done. If that is what the normal is supposed to be, it's going to be an absolute cakewalk for this technology to take its place. Because everybody's sitting up there doing these demonstrations in these poorly lit environments because their screens are having issues because they're washing out. Using high-end projectors to make up for what the screens can't do. So if this is what you're doing, and this is what the normal is, what's going to happen when you face this technology at the end of the day that is designed to go beyond the normal? It's going to be a cakewalk. An absolute cakewalk. It's a cakewalk for 44s and 39s. It's been a cakewalk for all our technology, but this is our final. This is one of the best screens we've ever developed. Look what it does. Look at it. That's a white sheet of paper laying against the screen. It's that black. In order for that screen to be able to maintain color, it has to be to see white light. If it can't see white light, that means the image comes up so dark. That's why we put black paint, we put black fabric against the screen to show you that if you have a black surface, it can't accept the color, it can't accept it. The white level is due to the fact that it's pulling too much of a heavy black level. It has to be a balance in there. And that screen is generating so much white light off of it, color and contrast, that that white sheet of paper is not even basically has a tint of color to it.
Free enterprise and open competition are the cornerstones of the American economy, but instead of supporting it...
There we go. And that's how high that white level is generating. That white sheet of paper doesn't have an ounce of color, no tint to it, it's just gone. That's when I first saw, when I went to Walmart, no, it's Best Buy. I went to Best Buy, and I saw the OLED TV on display. Fell in love with it. I fell in love with it because it just had this endless black void attached to it. It was gorgeous. Just went on and on. It's endless black void. It was beautiful. I liked it. Make sure we're in line with this screen. Taco's toys are everywhere. Taco's like a 5-year-old fur baby. If I put his toys in a certain place, he will move them back in the same place. He's a 5-year-old fur baby. But anyway, I just fell in love with that OLED, that blackness. At the time, this is when we're still working with gunmetal technology. And that thing was gorgeous. And that was stuck in my head. I said, we're going to get a screen that black one day. That black, and to be able to pull high white levels in colors. We're going to have that. And now look where we're at. Even better, we now have a technology that the customers, again, don't need to spend that kind of money. I love talking to my customers when they contact me, ones that are buying for the first time. They don't know what projector to buy. We don't advise them to go buy a 4,000 or 5,000 or high-end projector. And the reason why they advise you to do that, because just in case if the screen has any failure issues, that 5,000 lumen 4K projector will fix that problem. Just in case if the customer decides to throw that screen in a fully lit environment, that 5,000 lumens will fix the problem. That 3,000 lumen ultra short though will fix the problem. That 2,000,000:1 contrast level will fix the problem. That's why they advise you for expensive machines, because just in case if the screen goes through a failure issue in an environment, having that extra push would help them at the end of the day show less of a failure rate to the screen. We don't advise our customers to pay for those projectors because number one, they're extremely expensive. We advise them, hey, you can go on eBay and get this projector for $200. You can get this projector for $150. You can get this projector for $60. You can get this projector for under $50 because our screens don't require that. That's why we do demonstrations in these well-lit environments, because when you do demonstrations in constant ambient light controlled environments, you have to understand that the customer may not want to use that in an ambient light controlled environment. He or she may not want to turn the living room into a den. They may want to keep their environment the same way they had it when they first got the house. They don't want to change anything about it. And if that's the case and your screen has an issue pulling up in that environment and not in that comfortable environment you used to have, and then there are going to be problems, which means you're going to advise the customer to purchase a projector, and it's going to be expensive. It's going to have a little more kick to it to make up for what your screen's not going to be to do in that environment. You know all that stuff. I need to get better tape. We know all that stuff. I know all that stuff because I've seen it so many times in so many demonstrations on so many forum sites. I'll be in there listening to some of the chatter that'll be going on in those forum sites and how people will advise people to go buy these expensive projectors to make up for what the screen can't do if it's ever tossed into an uncomfortable environment at the end of the day. Now, look at the image we have here. And look at the outside of my screen. My screen, as you can see, is jet black. The image we have laying against it, gunmetal technology, and we have a white surface. This is the blackest out of all of them. And it can generate white light that high. Ugh, me bumping in my... Now, when I'm told, and I read in the description, that an ultra short throw projector cannot work on a black screen, there's several reasons behind that. Number one, screen can be hot spotted. That could be one of them. Because the projector is sitting too close to the screen, that could be causing hotspot issues. Another one could be that the screen goes dark if an ultra short throw projector is sitting against it, which means there's something in there that's causing the screen to go black. No screen should ever have a problem with an ultra short throw. Long throw, because you're at a longer distance. My projector sits 19 feet, it travels 19 feet, it's a screen sitting in a bay of windows, when we have over here. But an ultra short throw is sitting right up on top of it, which means there's less of ambient light going to be lost from the screen. The pixels are going to be much more tighter and compressed together because it's closer to the screen, and it's going to pull up a brighter image. So if you're having a problem with an ultra short throw, then there is something wrong with the screen.
When you live with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, your day can be...
So black screens look so much more beautiful on your wall, especially wallpaper form. I love doing the wallpapers. But I had people come over and just pull the screen like, this is wallpaper? This is a wallpaper screen. Now, like I said, gray screen, we don't bump into a lot of those. We don't. Even with customers that contact us, we bump into mostly all white screens. Rare, once in a blue, we bump into a certified. But most of the screens we're going to bump into are white screens. We show up the certified side by side usually when we go to forum sites and stuff like that. And they'll question our technology against the screen. Maybe somebody may have the screen in the environment. We just show them the difference. Now, does a certified screen work? Yeah, it does. I told you before, certified screens, especially gunmetals, are freaking amazing. They do what they're designed to do. They can beat any mix on the end of the day. And if that mix can show, we can take that screen out of the net. They can beat daylights out on one of them. White screens have no competition against them. But against our technology is a different story. Our screens are not gunmetal, they're black. And even the gunmetal technology we developed can take out certifieds. Heck, 2.0 can take out 8 of them. And that's the $38 paint that we actually sell on the website once it becomes back in stock. We need the containers. And the we got one with the 95. Yeah, but the 2.0s can take out certifieds. Now, for those of you saying, oh, but that's not possible. How can a great paint take out a certified? Well, just go over to the site, go to the shopping chart, click on the link, or we have links in our shopping carts where people can look at test demonstrations, 1,000 lumen demonstrations. This one has test demonstrations embedded in shopping carts. Also, too, we have customers who will come in and look at it and go, 1,000 lumens. Man, that's it's kind of crazy. 1,000 lumens on a black screen? How would that even work? So we put the demonstrations in there so you can see that they work. Or other people have specifications in there and they won't have anything there backing up what they're saying. If I tell you that you don't have to spend all this money for an expensive projector, that a 600 by 800 720p projector would do the job just fine. You don't have to calibrate, you have to be stuck in a dark environment, none of that. Then I guarantee you, bar none, that I will come on here with a demonstration live and back it up. Not just talk it. All right, well, I'm going to go past my time here. We need this video for the website. We got some more demonstrations to do. I'm definitely going to be doing some more demonstrations on that today because I like having fun with this. It's a fun projector to work with. We have other demonstrations we will be doing. I have the ceiling demonstrations. I need more of those for the website. And over here, which we've been doing some pretty interesting stuff. Floor projection technology. This is the wallpaper version of the Fusion Gamer, which I'm going to do some retro game on this. I just haven't had time to get around to it. And there is a 39 Extreme Black Widow over there. That's when I tell you that sits in a bay of windows. As a matter of fact, I think that projector's on. Hold on for a minute. It's always on. I always have to have leaving that projector on, and every week I leave that projector on. Hold on, let me see what the remote control for that is. This is the remote control, I swear. My area that I use my projectors at the most would be this room, and I always use the remote control in there. No one knows why. Well, I know why. I just keep losing them. That's why I just don't understand how that at the end of the day, an ultra-short throw projector, that kind of money at the end of the day, sitting that close to a screen doesn't pick up. And my projector sits back 19 feet from my screen. So that's a 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector that I paid only $150 for. So that's it. That's why I said the industry, man, they got it wrong. They definitely got it wrong. And they've been telling the same lie over and over again. Or maybe they're misinformed. I don't know what it is, man, but something ain't right. And the ultra short throw projectors pretty much show exactly how messed up the industry is, because again, your projector is sitting on top of your screen. The closer it is, the more brighter the image is, the more sharper the pixels are going to be, the more tighter and compressed it's going to be. How are all these demonstrations sitting in the dark? And yet we can do this at 19 feet on a $150 SVGA projector. Screen's 127 inch 1610, and it sits in a bay of windows. I can come here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I can watch a football game. Taking this screen Raised it all the way up to the ceiling, got the door open, lights all come, window light pushing through, and we can walk around and watch a football game on a $270 projector. Used. These are all used, outdated machines. But they'll just keep telling you, all the forum sites, every last one of them, you got to spend this money. You got to have this. You got to have this. You got to buy this. And blah, 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 blah. This is why when we come knocking, they lock their doors. Some forum sites will accept us. Most of them won't. Am I bothered by that? No, not one bit. In the era of technology that we're at right now, you should not be sitting in the dark with a projector. Literally should not be. What are you in the silent era now? Using 35 millimeter film, using 1.1 aspect ratio screens now? Why are you still in the dark? I can walk through my entire house and fire up every last one of these machines and go outside and have a ball, and these people are still sitting in the dark with these high-end projectors. And you have a nerve to tell me I'm gonna spend $4 grand for a machine, and you're gonna tell me I gotta calibrate this machine at the end of the day? So I can get the colors right? Well, what's the point of them sticking like 1 million or a couple of billion pixelations of color into this machine if I got to calibrate all that at the end of the day? I might just say what it is when they design these screens. Okay, look, it has billions of colors, but here's the kicker. In order to get into work, you're going to have to calibrate it. I just might as buy a TV. If you want to use the contrast levels, you can't be in a fully lit environment. You have to be in an ambient light control environment. So AKA, go turn your living room into a medieval dungeon, because that's what you're going to look like when you walk in and out of there. Shame. You got Amazon showing off these white screens with this Photoshop image, fooling people at the end of the day, making them believe they're going to see all this. And people read all the specifications in the projector. And the projector's not lying to you, this is fake. But those projectors, Optima, all of the projectors, they're telling the projector does have that capability. The part they don't tell you is that if you don't have a proper screen, you won't see it. So at 19 feet, this is where my chair sits at. Sometimes I can sit all the way back here and I'll watch my screen. Number one thing I'm gonna tell you, if anybody has to get up, walk all the way over to a screen to show you the difference between color and contrast, that's the first fail. Because I should be to see it where I'm sitting at in my chair. Same thing I'm telling you now on camera is the same thing I'm going to be telling my customers when they walk into my storefront and showing them the same display. I'm going to train people who work for me to explain it the exact same way. That's why when I get customers tell me that, oh, I have to be so much light per square inch, I have to be sitting a certain feet away from the screen, I have to be blah, 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 blah. That's all just, that's fake. That's a bunch of fakes, nonsense. It's not true. That's what they tell you because their screens have issues, that's why. That's why they tell you that. Not dressed for the day, people. That's what a white sheet of paper or a white screen would look next to a 39. Doesn't even register, doesn't even pick up at all, period. 39 technologies, 44s are displayed on the website. Crystal Wave Technology screens, all test demonstrations. 39 was actually on a 250-inch screen in the backyard that literally generated so much light. You can see it reflecting off the grass. You can check out the live demonstrations if you want. And that screen was using a $270 4,000 lumen projector. Usually a screen of that size at 18 feet back would require a projector of over 5,000 lumens to pick up. That screen could generate enough light to pick up at 250 inches at 18 feet back at a $270 720p projector. So imagine it's outside. It's traveling 18 feet, 10 times more light than we have in here because we don't have the ceiling and walls protecting us. And at 4,000 lumens, it's traveling 18 feet to make contact with a screen of 250 inches at around, we did it around 550. Plenty of light outside. And it was able to hit that screen, maintain a white level, and push off enough light on that screen for it to reflect on the grass, even maintain at a 190-degree viewing angle. That's how powerful a 39 is. That's why people are threatened by them. Now, if a gray screen paint product made that screen look dark, then that's a white surface right there. And that screen has tons of test demonstrations beneath of it. That's what I find kind of funny. We do tons of test demonstrations. We display our test demonstrations. We do more test demonstrations than anybody else. And there are individuals so terrified of that technology, they would try to basically diminish it. Well, those days are over. But due to the fact that, again, like I said, can't pass a basic house paint test. Red screensaver, YouTube. I'm gonna put these mats in your room, Taco, because you like these mats. You like these better than all the other ones we have. Now, see where I'm sitting at? Let's back it up a little bit. We're gonna be right over here. Do you see how far I'm sitting? Do you see Mr. Bird getting up and walking all the way over there to show you the difference between the color? No, because I should be able to see it from here. Because if I can't see it from here, then there's a problem with the screen. So that means that white surface where my chair is sitting at right here, I should be able to see that. I should be able to back up all the way into the next room, and I should be able to see that. If I have to walk all the way into that room, get up on top of a screen at a finger distance and show you the difference, there's a problem there. Because if you have to be that close to see it, and you know you're not going to be sitting that close to the screen to begin with, how in the world are you going to be to see that at 13 and 14 feet back? Starfield screensaver. Getting that from YouTube. Oh, I should have said, oh, it pulled it anyway. Now I'm over 18 feet. My projector sits at over 19 feet. My projector sits at 19 feet from my screen. We're in the next room. This is what you call a distance throw test. A distance throw test where they take a projector of 1,000 lumens, we pull it all the way back to see if the screen can still pick up at that distance. Can it still see colors? Can it still see contrast? Can it still see white levels? If you have to walk over to a screen to show the difference in the screen, that means you didn't do a distance throw test. I should be able to see that screen from over here without walking over there. I shouldn't be anywhere near that area. See where my cat's at? I shouldn't be anywhere in that area. If I'm doing that from a distance to show you. Slow color change out, YouTube. We've been doing so much advertising on Black Series. I got to come back and do more demonstrations on my crystal etch technology. Slow color change out, YouTube. There we go. No, not going there. Here's something else. We'll take that. This is why demonstrations are unmatched. Show me one demonstration. One demonstration. 19 feet back, 720p, 600 by 800 res, able to sit at 127 inches, 1610, and a bay of windows. Lights on in the environment, and able to pick up and change color at will. And that screen has done that against 9 certified screens in a max out zone. That's why they can project up here. This is nothing. The light we have up here is considered to be difficult for some people. It's just nothing. We're used to having screens in much more harsh lighting. Shouldn't be anywhere in that area. And this projector right here, 150 bucks. So those you have white screens, and at the end of the day, when you contact me, you say, well, the white screen's fantastic. No, the white screen is trash. It is. The only thing a white screen is good for is painting over top of it. It's a cheaper screen, the cheaper surface, fantastic for painting over top of it. But if you're going to tell me at the end of the day that that white screen, compared to our technology, is doing its job, it's not doing anything. You got less than 50% on a projector with a white screen. At least with a gray screen, you got something, a little bit of something. Not a lot, but a little bit of something. But you're talking about a white screen, you ain't got jack at all, period. You'd be lucky if you walk off with the remote control for your projector on that one. Let me go back to my whatchamacallit here too. 4K tropical fish YouTube. That's too easy. That's not too easy. Let's do where I want to go with this. I guess I'll do the fish. And then fish. Yeah, we'll do some fish. Just want something on the screen to watch. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, let's get back to this technology over here. All right, people, that's basically about it. Later on, I'm going to be doing some pre-reports for the website for the $34 cheap projector we're using here. And then once we're done, everything's done, we'll be doing demonstrations on both of the screens, you know, because I haven't been doing any demonstrations on it. We really have to do too many demonstrations. How many demonstrations we have? We're at 39 and 44. It's insane. But this is a new company, and we need to push to make sure we have everything set up and everything done before we go to our next stage. Because that website is where I'm going to be directing a lot of my customers offline to go to check out our products. We've already got people coming in. We've already advertised on Twitter and all the different forum sites we're on, redirecting them to the site, and they freaking love the site. I'm happy they do like the site. I like the new design and everything to it. Now, they've been asking us questions about the Crystal Edge technology. Are we going to get rid of that? Are you freaking kidding me? Look at that screen in there. On a $150 projector. And that light pushing in. No, that's not going anywhere. Why would we get rid of that? That technology is freaking amazing. Yeah, you like it too? Yeah? You know what, that'd be a fantastic demonstration for an Ambilight. We got enough Ambilight displays, but that would be pretty cool for Ambilight display. Let me see. Sorry, brain's kind of feeling right now. I have no idea. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have one more price drop for the Crystal Edge, and the reason why is because we need to make room. We have new technology coming out. Crystal Edge, even though that is our, even though that is our, it's still our company at the end of the day, but we still want to make a price drop on it. So we're going to have another price drop on the Crystal Edge to make room for this technology. because this would be, okay, so what we're going to do. I got some stuff going through my head right now, some stuff we have to do. But yeah, it's going to be another price drop on it. And that'll be it. That'll be the final price drop, and that'll be it. Keep in mind the crystal edge also too, and the storefront display we're going to be getting, that technology also will be displayed in those storefronts. Also too, both companies will be displayed. Or, another thought that came up, Crystal Edge might convert into a distributor company for our contracts. The entire company will be basically we haven't decided on it yet, may be designed for basically contract distributor work, for coming in 5-gallon containers, for basically a lot of the new developments for construction for homes and stuff like that, to sweeten the pot so people can buy or either rent these places out. They're adding in home theater packages, movie theaters in there. And our technology can be painted on just like that in no time at all. They can come in there, paint our screen in, put a nice embezzle frame around it to match the interior of the environment, and they're done. And you already have a movie theater set up inside of the home before the customer either buys or rents at the end of the day, sweetening the pot. And on top of that, they will not need an expensive projector. They can use it in the fully lit environment, and it's ultra short throw compatible and all that other good stuff. So yeah, comes out in so many different levels, and it's much more affordable. So usually most of the ones I've seen have white screens in there, and again, doesn't look so well. But other than that, yeah, that'd be fantastic. So we're thinking about it. Hasn't been decided yet, but the entire company could basically be converted to basically for doing drop shipments and basically for basically distributorships and contracts, and that's what it'll be used for. When this one will be used for basically for the customers right here. All right, well, with that being said, like I said, I'm deciding to come down to that decision yet, but it depends when we go out there, how things react. But we shouldn't have any problems. As I said before, things should go quite well. But we may be converting, Crystal Edge into a distributor product for our companies. And this one right here will be used for our customers. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.